Welcome to Chef Steak. I'm your host, Michael Zavlaris. Today, it's just me. Due to scheduling conflicts, the stream will obviously be today instead of tomorrow. Vicente will not be on because of, like I said, scheduling conflicts. So, let's shut up and get right into it. So, on to Eagle Rants. Now, we lost to Dallas 41-21. Crushed. As soon as the game started, immediately got out of hand. So embarrassing. This loss hurts. No, no pun intended. This loss hurts more than any other loss solely because it's against the Cowboys, and us Eagle fans hate Dallas. So we're not too happy about that. So, anyway, unfortunately, we lost Isaac Siamalu for the rest of the season because he has a Linz-Frank injury which would require season-ending surgery. So, the offensive line just keeps falling like flies. Yeah. No Brandon Brooks for a couple weeks, no Siamalu for the rest of the season, and no Jordan Mailata on Sunday. So, more than half of our offensive line is already out. And that was our biggest problem last year. We went through 14 different combinations at the offensive line. And who knows? We may get to that again towards the end of the season. So it doesn't get any easier for us. We play against Kansas City, who is 1-2, and they are pretty pissed off right now, because this is the first time they're under 500 since 2015. So they're not happy, and they're going to be taking their anger out on us. And with us losing to Dallas by 20 points, we're going to get fucking crushed by the Chiefs by more than 20, I think. So we go against Kansas City, who's pissed off. The next week we go against the Carolina Panthers, who are 3-0. However, Christian McCaffrey is out for at least a few weeks due to a hamstring tear. So we won't be playing against McCaffrey. Wow, that's loud. That's my food. So we go against the undefeated Carolina Panthers, who don't have McCaffrey, so that's a better chance for us. And 4 days later, on Thursday Night Football, we go against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the reigning Super Bowl champions, who just signed Richard Sherman as well. So it's not getting any easier for us. And the week after that, we go against the Las Vegas Raiders, who are also undefeated, shocking everyone right now. So we go against a 1-2 Kansas City Chiefs, who are pissed off, the undefeated Carolina Panthers, the reigning Super Bowl champions, and the 3-0 Las Vegas Raiders. We're lucky to win 2 games, or even any of them, as a matter of fact. Now, to be fair, this is a rebuilding team. We weren't projected to do good anyway, so let me make that clear. We're not supposed to do well. Everyone had us going like 4-13, this, that, and the third. I'm upset at the status of this team because we were a playoff team just a couple years ago. We were a Super Bowl champion 3 years ago, and right now they're talking about us having 13 losses. Now, I can't say I'm surprised. I kind of figured this would be a long season, but it's still disappointing because I sit down and watch this team every Sunday. And no matter how out of hand the games get, I still watch them. Like, I managed to watch the entire game on Monday. It was bad. My eyes were bleeding. And when we got crushed by the Saints 45-7 3 years ago, I watched that game too. the whole thing. So don't say I'm not a loyal fan, because I am. It is very hard to root for all Philadelphia teams. The Sixers were great, but they disappointed in the playoffs thanks to Doc Rivers and Ben Simmons. Also, with all that Ben Simmons drama going on right now, the Phillies are very likely to be out of the playoffs. I was expecting that too. I'll be honest with you, I only watched 3 games this season. I don't watch the Phillies that much because I know what I'll get into. And the Flyers are the Flyers. So each team in Philadelphia is disappointing and hard to watch. So, hey, who knows how the Sixers do this year? Ben Simmons wants out. I did a whole rant on that last week. He doesn't want to play for us. Embiid is pissed off about it, and I cannot blame him. So, yeah. It's painful being a Philadelphia fan, to say the least. Anyway, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Let me pull up his stat line. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 39 times and completed 64.1% of his passes, which is 25 completions. 326 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and he was sacked twice. The one pick was on I don't know if it was like a somewhat of a deep throw to Jalen Reagor, which was poorly thrown. It was a gimme, picked off Dallas. But thankfully, we get a touchdown from a strip sack from Javon Hargrave, who is literally the best Philadelphia Eagle right now. And Jalen Hurts' second pick was a pick 6. I can't blame him 100% because Devontae Smith did trip. So, would it be a pick? Maybe, but you cannot blame that pick 100% on Hurts. Overall, Jalen Hurts didn't do well. What I noticed about Jalen Hurts yesterday, and what I noticed about Jalen Hurts on Monday, was that it seems like he only goes through one read and either throws it to that player, no matter how smothered they are in coverage, or he takes off. Unfortunately, that's not good, but I'm not giving up on Hurts, and that can improve. Do I think he will be the franchise quarterback? I think so, but only time will tell at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gardner Minshew is the only quarterback on the Eagles roster going into next season. I'm sure if Hurts does bad, we'll probably draft one or possibly trade for Watson, depending on how well Hurts does. So, but Hurts didn't do well at all. The reason why he had 326 passing yards is because we were already getting crushed at the beginning of the game, and usually when you're down, you pass the ball more. So that's the reason of him getting 326 yards. If I had to give him like a grade for Monday, I'd give him a C. Poor reads. He was our leading rusher yesterday. Let me get to that. Wait until I get into this. Hurts didn't do that well, like I said. It is concerning, but I don't like the fact that people are already giving up on Jalen Hurts. Like, after week 1, everyone was like, oh my god, he's a franchise quarterback. It was against the Falcons, okay? And the Niners, he didn't do good, but he didn't do bad. 50%. 50% passing last week. To be fair, receivers didn't get separation either. It was a great defense. I'm not going to make excuses, but people are so quick on to giving up on Jalen Hurts. I have not given up on Jalen Hurts because this is technically his 7th career start. He is still considered a rookie, but it's amazing how people were calling him franchise quarterback after going against the Falcons, who are one of the worst teams in the league. And then after throwing 2 picks in Dallas, they give up on him because I went on social media. People were already saying Hurts is not the guy. They started posting pictures of college quarterbacks, like the one from Ole Miss. I'm pretty sure it's Ole Miss. I've seen pictures of like Sam Howell, Deshaun Watson in an Eagles uniform, and the rumors about Deshaun Watson kept popping up again. Jeffrey Lurie gave the green light for the Eagles to trade for him, according to Chris Sims, who I don't think is a reliable source. And then Jay Glazer said today that the Eagles are not in talks with Deshaun Watson. So, yeah, give Hurts time, please. It was one bad game, okay? Give the guy some time, okay? And he's working with a bad offensive line again. So, he's working with a rookie head coach, and his number one receiver is also a rookie. Most of his receivers are second or third year players. The whole team is still young. We're probably not going to do well this season, but don't give up on him so easily, okay? Like, it's a young team. It's his second head coach and his 7th start. And it's a rookie head coach. So, to give up on him this quickly is absurd. Now, if he plays like this for like the whole season, which I don't think he will, then it would be panic mode, or then you would decide, okay, he's probably not the guy. You would expect us to draft a quarterback with one of the 3 first-round picks we have. Honestly, though, I would rather wait because I don't like any of the quarterbacks coming out of college this year. I don't think any of them will be a franchise quarterback for us. I would honestly wait another year, give Hurts a second chance, assuming he does bad, which I do not think he will. But I don't like any of the quarterbacks coming out of college right now. I don't like Spencer Rattler. I don't like Sam Howell. And Matt Corral is his name. I don't know if that's his name or not. Yeah, Matt Corral. I'm not familiar with him right now. I don't know much about him, but he was a quarterback people were posting on their stories. No idea. I personally don't like the prospects this year. I'd wait next year and see what we have given to us. Assuming everything is clear with Deshaun Watson, we could trade for him, but I don't want to give up our entire future for Deshaun Watson. If their asking price is still absurd, just stay away from him. Give Hurts another shot, because keep in mind, we have a lot of money this upcoming season. We have 3 first-round picks as of right now, and we're projected to have a lot of money to spend in free agency. So, if anything, they'll probably make the team a little better, see how Hurts does next year. If he still does bad, draft a quarterback. Now, if I look here, let's see what picks we would have as of right now. Oh, this is NBA. Shit. Damn it, where the hell is it? There it is. So, as of right now, we would have the 3rd overall pick from the Indianapolis Colts. We would have the 6th overall pick from Miami, and the 10th overall pick, which is from us. So, 3 first-round picks in the top 10. That is fucking amazing. Now, there's a possibility we may trade them. We may trade one of them or some of them away. But 3 first-round picks in the top 10 is great. And even if you trade them away, you're going to get valuable draft picks in the future. So, this is we're 3 games into the season. That's obviously going to change. But if this keeps up, future's bright for us. And I am hoping that we draft, what's his name? I really want Derek Stingley, who's the cornerback from LSU, who is the best cornerback in the country college-wise. Like, he's being compared to, like, Jalen Ramsey. So, I would love to have him on the team. The defensive end from, people are saying he's going to go to the Jets. The 2 people in front of us right now are the Jets and Jacksonville. But people are saying he's going to go to the Jets. If the Jets have the first overall pick, they're probably going to pick the defensive end from Oregon, Kayvon Thibawe. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. That's the only time you're ever going to see me attempt it. But if anything, he'll be the first overall pick. Probably because, look, the Jets aren't going to draft another quarterback. They just drafted Zach Wilson. So Jacksonville might draft a cornerback because they traded away C.J. Henderson. Who knows? But I'm praying we get Derek Stingley in the draft. And I want the linebacker from Alabama, it is. Walker, I forget. But it's looking bright for us. 3 first round picks in the top 10. That's pretty solid. Now, back to talking Eagle, back to talking about everything else. So, takes from the game. We couldn't stay on the field, at all. It seemed like we were only on the field for 25 minutes. We ran 53 plays against Dallas and only had 12 first downs. Terrible. And on top of that, Miles Sanders, who is currently our best offensive player, only had 2 carries. 2. For 27 yards. And one of them was for 24 yards. 2 carries, 27 yards. 2 carries. That's fucking awful. 2. The hell? Doug Peterson gave more carries to Miles Sanders, and he barely gave Sanders the ball. Now, I understand the game got out of hand early. Usually when you're down, you go to the passing game, but 2 carries? The hell? We had 3 handoffs in total of the game. 2 to Sanders, 1 to Gainwell. Why? What is wrong with the running game? Y'all better run the ball more against the fucking Chiefs. Please. So, Hurts did make some bad throws. He did throw 2 picks. There are some throws that I wish he would have made. And like I said, he didn't go through all of his reads. He missed some wide open people like Zach Ertz. Hopefully he gets better with that. I'm sure he will. Other than that, our offense was fucking awful. Yeah, we scored 21 points, but still. Well, no. Our offense scored 2 touchdowns because our first touchdown was defensively. Thanks to Javon Hargrave, who's a fucking beast. 13 penalties. We already lead the league in penalties this season, which is beyond awful. I hope this doesn't stay the same for the season. Probably will, but I hope not. I don't have a player of the game for offense because Hurts didn't do that well. And Sanders was non-existent. So I couldn't really pick. There's no one for offense. And the overall grade for the offense is a D+ for me. So, yeah. On to defense. Sweet Jesus. the past couple games, like especially like last week against San Francisco, defense was on the field for 35 minutes for two straight games. They were on the field for a majority of the game, to put that into perspective. Um, they allowed 27 first downs, gave up 160 rushing yards between Pollard and Zeke. Derek Barnett, oh my God, I want this guy traded. The dude has done nothing for us since he was drafted. Nothing. We signed Josh Sweat. Trade this dude already. Too many costly penalties from this guy. You look at a replay after he got flagged. You see Nick Sirianni saying it's always that guy. You can look it up. I'm sure you'll find it. I don't have a clip. So, and another reason why Derek Barnett pisses me off. In his career, he was flagged 23 times and he only has 19 and a half sacks. And he was drafted 4 years ago. More penalties than sacks. What does that tell you? I want this guy gone. Like, bad. And we had the 14th pick in 2017. I personally wanted us to get Dalvin Cook with the 14th pick that year. That's what I wanted to get, but I look back at it now. It's a rare running back to get drafted in the first round anyway. You have to be like really good, especially if you're drafting like the top 5. But players we passed up on, and we passed up on Marlon Humphrey, Tre'Davious White, T.J. Watt, Buda Baker, Dalvin Cook, Marcus Williams, Kamara, and Joe Mixon. All those players would have helped us significantly in a way. Now I know you're probably going to say, okay, we didn't really need a safety in 2017 because we had Malcolm Jenkins and Ronnie McLeod. That is true. But our cornerbacks that year were Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby, and Patrick Peterson. What the fuck? Patrick Robinson, my fault. I can't even speak. But I wanted either Marlon Humphrey or Dalvin Cook in the first round. That's where I wanted. I don't know if McCaffrey was drafted that year, but I definitely wanted McCaffrey, but I already knew he was going to go to Carolina. In the second round, I wanted either Sidney Jones or Joe Mixon. I look back at it now, I'm like, should have got Joe Mixon. Oh well. Anyway, so defensively we struggled as well, solely because we were on the field for majority of the game. And speaking of Joe Mixon, touchdown Joe Mixon. Wow. And just like that, the Jaguars 14-0 lead is diminished. What a shame. So, player of the game defensively, I didn't really have one at the time, but now that I think about it, it's Javon Hargrave. Strip sack that resulted into a touchdown. He's been our best player this season. I can't really think of anyone that has been better than Javon Hargrave this season. They either struggled or got hurt. So, I'm not saying Hargrave is the best because of that, but he's been balling. So, there's that. Defensively, a grade I would give him is a C. We struggled the whole game. Dak picked us apart. And I think I admitted it like last year or the year before, but Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Dak Prescott is a top 7 quarterback in the league. So, props to Dallas. Jerry Jones is a better manager than Howie. So, yeah. We'll be back. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back to talk about the NFL. Welcome back. So, excuse me. So, I just found out the Philadelphia Phillies have been eliminated from the playoffs. God, that team fucking sucks. Like I said, this is why I don't watch the Phillies. I root for them, but this is why I don't watch them. They are a constant disappointment, just like every Philadelphia team that represents this city. 10 straight years without a playoff berth. 10. It's awful. We do not deserve Bryce, Aaron, Max Harper. This team is awful. Fire everyone. We need a better bullpen because they fucked us in the ass multiple times and it's getting annoying. I don't know why we don't do a single thing with pitching. There is no salary cap in baseball. I know there is the luxury tax, but for God's sakes, it's been a fucking decade since we've been to the playoffs. Fix our biggest problem, which is the bullpen. Please. Bryce Harper and the fans don't deserve any of this. At all. So, I mean, the Eagles are on. I can root for the Eagles. And the Sixers will be playing they'll be playing next month, which is great. However, they're going to disappoint me in the playoffs again. I just know it. Like I said, rooting for a Philadelphia team is not easy. It's very difficult. Anyone can tell you. Ask any Philadelphia fan what they think of their teams. They'll tell you they support them, but they're complete fucking ass. The Eagles are probably going to be bad this year, even though we have the easiest schedule in the league. Sixers will disappoint in the playoffs again. If we don't get eliminated in the second round, we'll be eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Flyers, we probably won't even make it to the playoffs. So, oh well. Anyway, let's get on with our offensive and defensive players of the week. So, this week we have, for our offense and defensive players of the week, I can't even do anything. My God. This week's NFL players of the week are Josh Allen and Myles Garrett. Let me get those images out the way. So, yeah, Josh Allen and Myles Garrett, both from the AFC. Josh Allen went for 74.4 passes completed, 258 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 129.8 passer rating, and 1 rushing touchdown. And this is against Washington's defense, which has been struggling, but that is an impressive stat line. It honestly would have came down to Josh Allen or Matthew Stafford, but Josh Allen was just simply too good to pass up on. And defensively, we have Myles Garrett with 7 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 4 tackles for a loss. The runner-upper was Byron Murphy, who had 4 tackles, 2 picks, and one of them being a pick 6. But he was going against Jacksonville, and Trevor Lawrence is a turnover machine. I mean, as of right now, he's looking like Michael Vick. Like, how many rushing yards does he have right now? Like, the game is currently on. Like, every time I look at the TV, I see this dude running. He already ran in for a touchdown once. Let's see. Trevor Lawrence ran the ball 7 times for 34 yards and a touchdown. You never see that from him. Unbelievable. So, anyway. So that's it for Offensive Player of the Week. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is looking very good right now. I have to have the game up right here. So the Chiefs have lost 2 in a row. One losing week 2 to Baltimore, which could be game of the year, and they lost to the Chargers this past Sunday. And I knew for a fact this loss would come to bite Patrick Mahomes in the ass because earlier in the year, when Patrick Mahomes was playing golf, some fan shouted out, "Watch out for Justin Herbert," and you hear Patrick Mahomes say, "I'll believe it when I see it." And at the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes tried to get Justin Herbert's attention several times before actually getting his attention. To me, it looked like Herbert definitely knew what Mahomes said and definitely heard Mahomes and properly ignored him. I could be wrong, but still. I mean, shit, if I was Justin Herbert, I'd ignore him too. I'm like, okay, doubt me, I beat your ass. Good luck getting my attention. So, let's talk about the Rams and New England. So, I saw this coming. The Rams are just simply a good team offensively and defensively. So are the Bucks, but the Rams are just simply more explosive. This is Tampa Bay's first loss of the season. I think the Rams have a very good shot at going to the Super Bowl. Their floor, I think, is the NFC Championship game against the Packers. That's my prediction. Actually, I think one of these three teams will be in the NFC Championship game. It's either going to be Green Bay, because they're always there, the Rams, or Tampa Bay. One of those three teams will be in the NFC Championship game. So that was a great game to watch. Anyway, let's get to what everybody wanted, what everyone's here for, our weekly picks. So, we go. Oh, shit. Damn it. So, if we go to our weekly records, our week 3 results, I went 11-5, Vicente went 10-6, Anthony went 13-3, and Madden went 9-7. So Anthony overall is simply better than all of us. Just look at his face. He knows it. I'm in second place, Vicente's in third, and Madden is Madden. So, there's that. Now, the game is currently on, so I'm getting used to the controls. My fault. So as of right now, it's 14-14, and Jacksonville has the ball. Me, Vicente, and Madden are going with Cincinnati. Anthony couldn't get me his picks right now, so you're going to hear about his picks next week, but across the board is all Cincinnati. Next week, Sunday, we have Washington at Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta, and Vicente and Madden are going with Washington. Houston at Buffalo. Me and Vicente are going with Buffalo, and Madden is going with Houston. Just when I thought Madden would actually pick logical picks. Never ceases to amaze me. Detroit at Chicago. Now, Justin Fields in his starting debut did not go well. He was sacked 6 times. He hardly had time to get the ball off. And Matt Nagy said that there's an open competition between the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, Justin Fields, and Big Dick Nick Foles. Super Bowl hero. I love you, Nick Foles. So, it is an open competition right now for who starts on Sunday. They haven't even announced a starter yet. I could be biased. I just want to see Nick Foles in there because you've already seen what Justin Fields and Andy Dalton have done. Just put in Nick Foles there, and if anything, you're going to be boosting his trade value for anybody that needs a quarterback. Colts could use one because Wentz has been getting hurt left and right. Imagine that, though. I'm going with Chicago. I really wanted to go with Detroit, but I feel like I just have a feeling it's going to be Chicago. Um, Vicente's going with Detroit, and I ran a simulation in Madden with all three quarterbacks under center, and Chicago won every single one of them. So, Madden's going with Chicago. Vicente's on one going with Detroit this week. Next game, we have Carolina without Christian McCaffrey at Dallas. This shouldn't really be... Actually, could be. Carolina's undefeated, but they will be missing Christian McCaffrey on Sunday. I am going with Dallas. So is Vicente and Madden. Next, we have Cleveland at Oh, no, we don't. Next, we have Indianapolis at Miami. Jacoby Brissett is getting the start. I'm going with Indianapolis. So is Vicente and Madden. Madden, as of right now, is making most of the right picks except for, Houston. I don't know. It's Madden, so don't question it. Next, we have Cleveland at Minnesota. Dalvin Cook is questionable, but whether he plays or not, I'm going with Cleveland. Odell is back. The Browns have the best running back duo in the league. I think Cleveland steamrolls Minnesota. And everyone's going with Cleveland across the board. Next, we have New York at New Orleans. And by that, I mean the Giants. Everyone is going with New Orleans. The Giants are the Giants. They haven't won a game yet. That's what you get for talking shit to the Eagles. Oh, you should have won the game for us so we could go to the playoffs. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. Look at you now. You haven't won a game. Like, how's that paying off for you now? Dumbasses. And no, I'm not calling my brother a dumbass. But most Giants fans are, So, everyone is going with New Orleans across the board. Next, we have Tennessee at the Jets. Is this a question? Yes, Madden is going with Tennessee as well. Next, oh God. Kansas City at Philadelphia. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Philadelphia Eagles all-time leader in rushing yards, LaShawn McCoy, announced he is signing a one-day contract with the Eagles so he can retire as a Philadelphia Eagle. And what's good about it is that he's retiring the same week as the Chiefs come to town. He can see the Eagles and Andy Reid at the same time, which is great. So I'm pretty sure they're going to retire the number 25 as well, because nobody wore the number 25 since he got traded 7 years ago. And fuck Chip Kelly. Yeah. Will he be a first ballot? He'll be a Hall of Famer, but I don't know about first ballot. He'll get in. 1,500 yards, multiple All-Pros, Pro Bowls, 2-time Super Bowl champion, even though he didn't, play a single snap in either of them. Still a Super Bowl champion twice. He's a Hall of Famer. You cannot tell me he's not a Hall of Famer. Anyway, sweet Jesus. If we lost to the Dallas Cowboys by 20 points, we're going to lose to Kansas City by a measly 35. Yeah. I'm going with Kansas City in a blowout. Vicente is going with the Eagles, and he said, I know. Let me read you what he said. Vicente said, "Go Birds," for his pick for the Eagles. He says, and I quote, "I know we're going to lose, but I don't give a shit." Hey, I don't blame you. Go Birds. I want us to win, but we're not going to win. We're going to get fucking cooked. If we can't contain Dalton Schultz, how are we going to contain Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill? We're going to get molested. And Madden is going with Kansas City. Vicente's going with Philly, even though he knows that they're going to get beat to shit. Next, we have. I really wanted to call this game of the week, but I have no idea if Hopkins is playing or not. But the Arizona Cardinals at Los Angeles Rams, a divisional game, and they're both undefeated. I'm going with the Rams, so is Vicente, and so is Madden. The Cardinals are a good team, but the Rams are simply better. They're better offensively, they're better defensively, and special teams as well. We're going with the Rams. Next, we have Seattle at San Francisco, another divisional game. I'm going with Seattle. Vicente's going with San Francisco. And Madden's going with Seattle. Madden's doing pretty well with their picks so far. Next, we have Baltimore at Denver. Denver is undefeated, but at the same time, they've won against teams like the Jets, Jaguars. I forget who else they went against, but I think they went against the Giants too, I'm pretty sure. So they played against teams who are combined 0-9. They're a good. I don't think they're a good team, but they're decent. But I'm going with Baltimore. Vicente is going with Denver. I have no idea why. He never told me. And Matt is going with Baltimore. We have Pittsburgh at Green Bay. Everyone is going with Green Bay. This is what I want to call Game of the Week solely because of the story. And everyone knows what I'm talking about. Sunday Night Football. Tampa Bay at New England. Tom Brady is making his return to Foxborough to face off against his former head coach, Bill Belichick. This game is the most anticipated game of the year. Doesn't change the fact that Tampa Bay is going to blow New England out the water. Everyone's going with Tampa Bay. I just want to watch. This is going to be a good game solely because of the story. Who knows how it's going to go, but Tampa Bay. And to top it off, Monday Night Football, another divisional game, the Las Vegas Raiders against the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going with the upset and picking Las Vegas. Vicente is going with the Chargers, and Matt is going with Las Vegas. So, those are the weekly picks. It was just me today. Oh well. And because I'm a nice person, if you look at the ticker that I've provided since last year, it is the fantasy football ticker, and this is the people who you should start. So I'm nice enough to give you fantasy football rankings. Yeah, I'm not doing injuries because that took so long. That took so long to friggin' type. So you're welcome for that. Yeah, as you see right there, Miles Sanders as the 17th running back. You see right there. I wouldn't recommend you to start him at all because Nick Sirianni doesn't know how to run the football. I would not. Miles Sanders is a great running back, but he's not getting the touches. So I wouldn't recommend starting him. But yeah, those are our picks this week. Me and Vicente, hopefully Matt, for God's sakes, whenever he's going to join. We'll see you next Friday. Go Birds.